So I think there's 8 uncapped players there in that group, and I think if you work through the numbers there, you'll see there's a fairly strong reflection of the performances of the super teams this year. So that wasn't in our thinking when we put the squad together, but when you actually look at the numbers, you'll see that the teams, in terms of their finishing order, had the representation in that squad's pretty fairly represented. So quite pleased to announce that squad. Obviously, I'll take questions. At the same time, this rather impressive trophy that's sitting next to me is it's a new Castrol EDGE Strongest Performer of the Series award, which will be awarded to the best performing Qantas Wallaby across the Castrol EDGE Rugby Championship. So that's the purpose of that trophy there, and we'll look forward to there being plenty of contenders out of that group. I'm happy to take questions.
You would know Ben Robinson in the squad. What's your thinking behind that?
Look, we've tried to pick a team that's or a squad that's based on performance. We've obviously had a good look this week. We know a lot about Ben Robinson. We've also been impressed with the form of some of the other guys. So you get down to it. We really want a squad that's very competitive. And at the moment, I've had a good chat to Ben about what I think. He knows what's required. He's certainly not out of the thinking at all. There's a bunch of guys around the fringes who we value. At this point in time, we've made a decision and we'll get on with it for next week. He knows what he needs to do, and we'll keep him close, and he's got every chance to push his way back in.
How do you take it?
I'd be very disappointed, and I was actually pleased that he was disappointed. If he wasn't disappointed, I would be disappointed. So I want people to be emotionally connected to the Wallabies, and I want it to matter that whether they're in or out. So obviously a player of his experience, it's a bit of a blow, but everyone needs to understand you've got to be delivering, and it's a week by week contract. So he knows exactly what he needs to do, and I know he's quite capable of giving us what we need.
Who really impressed you this week, Ewan, that you hadn't been able to work much with previously?
Quite a few players. I mean, to be honest, I sit there, and I don't want to go into the names specifically, but I think you'll see there's 8 uncapped players there. There's a bunch of Brumbies guys who I knew less about or hadn't seen for a long time, and they've really impressed me, some of those guys. I can't help it. I always have in my head a team or a selection or people I think, and there's a bunch of guys who changed my thinking during the course of the week, so it's been a really valuable exercise to have the camp. A lot of guys have advanced their cause, and no one really went backwards. The reality is that some guys have missed out simply because the guys ahead of them might have a slightly different ability to cover certain situations, to cover certain circumstances that we need. So we've given a fair bit of encouragement to the guys that aren't here, or aren't going to be here next week. They know exactly where they sit and what they need to do, and they need to be scratching away and trying to wait for another opportunity. But we'll pick those guys up as we go. We've got some training around the provincial setups over the next period of time, so we'll obviously be picking up on those guys. They've got a background in what we were trying to do going forward. So, as I say, these things are only a selection at a point in time, and it's a matter of the guys that get the opportunity to go out there and deliver.